You're not procrastinating because you're lazy, and you know that. You can scroll for 3 hours straight, binge a whole season, or deep dive a random rabbit hole on YouTube. So, clearly, you have energy. So why is it that, the second you open a textbook or assignment, your brain suddenly shuts down? Today's video is about that. Why you're still procrastinating, and why it's not about laziness. And, more importantly, how to actually fix it. This is why you can't start. Let's be honest. You don't procrastinate on everything. You procrastinate on specific things. That one assignment you've been avoiding for 2 weeks, that course you still haven't started, that test you know is coming, but you keep saying, I'll revise tomorrow. So here's the first big idea. You're not lazy. You're stuck, because your brain is trying to protect you. Protect you from what? Fear of failing, fear of not doing it perfectly, or honestly, just feeling overwhelmed and not knowing where to start. Your brain is not saying, I don't want to do this. It's saying, I don't want to feel stupid, stressed, or disappointed. Procrastination is emotional, not logical. Part 1. It's not a time problem, it's an emotion problem. Think about this. If procrastination was about not having time, it would disappear on weekends or holidays. But it doesn't. You've had full free days, and still done nothing. What's actually happening? You look at the task, your brain instantly feels, this is too much, or, what if I mess this up? That creates stress or anxiety. To escape that feeling, you run to something easier. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, food, naps. You're not avoiding the task, you're avoiding the feeling attached to the task. That's why just telling yourself, I have to focus, doesn't work. You're trying to fight emotions with logic. Mini cliffhanger. So, if the problem is emotional, what do you actually do about it? Let's break it down. Part 2. The 3 hidden triggers behind your procrastination. There are a lot of reasons we put things off, but, for most students and young adults, it comes down to 3 main triggers. Trigger 1. Overwhelm. You open your planner, see 6 assignments, 3 exams, 1 project, and your brain taps out. You think, I don't even know where to start, so I'll just not. Fix. Make the task stupidly small. Instead of study chapter 4, change it to open the book. Read the first page. Write the title of the assignment. Outline 3 bullet points. You don't need motivation to open a book. You need motivation to finish a 3-hour study session. So stop setting the bar at 3 hours and set it at 3 minutes. Here's a rule. If the first step takes more than 2 minutes, it's too big. Mini cliffhanger. You're going to notice something weird when you actually do this. Most of the time, when you start with a tiny step, your brain goes, okay, this isn't that bad. And suddenly, 3 minutes turn into 20, without forcing it. Trigger 2. Perfectionism, in disguise. A lot of procrastinators are actually perfectionists. You think, if I can't do this perfectly, I don't want to start at all. Or, I'll start when I have more time, more energy, the perfect setup. So, instead of doing a bad first draft now, you do no draft until the last night. And then you're forced to accept whatever you can do in panic mode. Perfectionism sounds like a high standard, but, in reality, it becomes an excuse. Fix. Give yourself permission to do a trash first draft. Literally say to yourself, my only job right now is to make a bad version that exists. Write a messy outline. Do ugly notes. Talk through your homework out loud, like you're explaining it to a friend. You can't fix what doesn't exist. A bad draft can be improved. No draft can't. Mini cliffhanger. Watch what happens to your anxiety when you stop aiming for perfect and aim for done, then improved. Trigger 3. No clear deadline or fake deadlines. Be honest. If your teacher says you have 3 weeks, when do you actually start? Usually 2 to 3 days before, sometimes the night before. Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time you give it. If the only real deadline you respect is panic the night before, your brain learns that, I only work under pressure. I need stress to focus. So you keep repeating that cycle. Fix. Create real mini deadlines that actually matter to you. For example, by 7 p.m., I just want to have an outline. By tonight, I just want the intro finished. Before I sleep, I'll do 10 practice questions. Make the deadline small and close. Then reward yourself when you hit it. 20 minutes of scrolling, 1 episode, a gaming break, not as a bribe, but as a reward for showing up. Part 3. A simple anti-procrastination system you can use tonight. Let's turn this into something you can actually do today. Here's a simple 4-step system. You can literally follow it right after this video. Step 1. Name the feeling, not just the task. Before starting, ask yourself, what am I actually feeling about this task? Examples: I'm scared I'll fail this exam. I feel dumb when I read this chapter. I'm tired and don't want to think. When you name it, you separate you from the emotion. It becomes, I feel anxious, not, I am lazy. Take 10 seconds. Say it out loud or write it down. Step 2. Break it into ridiculously tiny steps. Choose one task you're avoiding and shrink it. Instead of, study biology for 2 hours, try, read 1 page and highlight 3 key ideas. Instead of, write essay, try, open Google Docs and write the title. Instead of, revise whole chapter, try, do 5 practice questions. If your brain still resists, shrink it again. You are training your brain to see work as light instead of heavy. Step 3. Use a 10-minute promise. Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 10 minutes. After that, I can stop. Set a timer. No distractions, no phone, no other tabs. 2 possible outcomes. You feel like continuing, great, ride the wave. You really want to stop, you still win, because you did 10 focused minutes instead of 0. Most people procrastinate because they think in hours. Disciplined people think in minutes. Step 4. Celebrate micro wins, even if they look small. This part sounds cheesy, but it's crucial. Every time you start a task you were avoiding, do a tiny step, or finish a 10-minute session, tell yourself, nice. That's me not running away anymore. You're rewiring your brain. You're teaching it, starting is safe. Work is not dangerous. I can handle this. The more you reinforce that, the less you'll feel that heavy resistance every time you open a book. Part 4. The truth you need to hear. Here's the part that might sting a bit, but you probably need to hear it. At some point, procrastination starts to feel like your identity. You start saying, I'm just not a disciplined person. I always leave things to the last minute. That's just how I am. But that's not who you are. That's just a habit you've repeated so many times, it started to feel like your personality. You've also had moments where you did show up. You revised hard for one exam and actually did well. You finished an assignment early once and felt proud. You had a week where you were on fire, then fell off again. Those moments prove something. The disciplined version of you already exists. You've seen them before. Your job now is not to create a new person. It's to spend more time being that person, on purpose. And that starts with tiny, boring things. Sitting down even when you don't feel like it. Doing 10 minutes instead of 0. Allowing yourself to do it badly, instead of not at all. Ending, try this tonight. So, no, you're not lazy. You're just human. Your brain is trying to protect you from stress, fear, and feeling not good enough. But you're also not stuck. Tonight, here's what to do. Pick one thing you've been procrastinating on. Write down how it makes you feel in 1 sentence. Shrink it into a 2-minute version. Set a 10-minute timer and just start. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just prove to yourself that you can do 10 minutes. If you do that, even once, that's already you breaking the pattern. And if you want more videos that help you build focus, discipline, and a calmer mind, hit subscribe and stay in the mind line. Let's stop calling ourselves lazy and start building the version of us we actually want to be, one tiny action at a time. See you in the next one.